Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something really incredible. We're taking a journey that bridges the gap between the freezing, observable depths of space and something, well, deeply profound. We're going to look at how a simple flash in the night sky can actually be read as the ultimate punctuation mark in a massive cosmic narrative. Seriously, by the time we wrap up, you might just look at the night sky in a completely different way. We're unpacking a brilliant synthesis from our source material that takes us all the way from the microscopic reality of a single atom right up to the macroscopic majesty of a star, revealing a single undeniable signature.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The true face of the shooting star, a sudden flash in the night sky.
Picture this. You're standing outside on a clear, dark night. Out of nowhere, this sudden streak of light just cuts across the blackness. And then, poof! In mere seconds, it's completely gone. For thousands of years, we've stared up at that flash in absolute awe. But what is a shooting star, really? Our source text uses this awesome visual hook to grab our attention, but it doesn't frame it as just some random astronomical fluke. Instead, it challenges us to view this fleeting little moment as the dramatic conclusion of a much grander story. It's a literal cosmic event happening right before our eyes.
Which brings us to Section 2. The flawless, precise laws of physics behind the cosmic flash.
Now, to truly appreciate that grander story, we've got to ground ourselves first in strict, undeniable physical reality. We need to look behind that cosmic flash to understand the absolute precision making it happen. You know, basic astronomy tells us a pretty surprising truth. Despite the super poetic name, that spectacular shooting star is usually just a tiny meteorite particle. We're talking no bigger than a grain of sand, maybe a small pea. We are definitely not looking at some massive boiling ball of plasma millions of miles away. What happens is, when these tiny cosmic pebbles slam into our planet's atmosphere, they hit a literal wall of air resistance. That intense friction causes them to shine brilliantly as they literally burn up. So, it's actually a highly localized, highly physical event.
And this whole localized event breaks down into 3 very distinct physical steps. Step 1 is atmospheric entry. The particle is cruising through the vacuum of space and then bam! It hits the dense wall of Earth's atmosphere. Step 2 is extreme friction. Because of the insane velocity this tiny thing is traveling at, it violently rubs against the gas molecules in our air. And that leads to Step 3, heat and glowing. All that friction generates staggering amounts of heat, causing the surrounding air and the particle itself to incandesce. Basically, it glows so incredibly bright that we can clearly see it from the ground miles and miles below.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the super-sensitive, absolute laws at play here. Friction, heat, and speed. That breathtaking flash of quote-unquote magic we see in the sky, it's entirely governed by these strict, cold, scientific metrics. There is absolutely zero randomness to this physics. It is a flawless, predictable equation. The exact speed dictates the exact friction, which in turn dictates the exact heat and glow. It is just a stunning display of physical order.
All right, let's slow it down a bit for Section 3, the chain of evidence from atom to star, the metaphorical slap.
Here is where our source material pivots sharply. We move from literal physics right into deep symbolic meaning. At the end of a section known as the first station, the commentator delivers this incredibly striking thought. Quote, "A star strikes the face of that claimant like a devil-stoning meteor, such a slap that," end quote. So the source is introducing this concept of a final slap. Now, let's be totally clear here, this has nothing to do with physical violence. The text is using the dramatic visual of that meteor burning up to represent an undeniable, shocking realization of truth. It's an intellectual checkmate. It's that precise moment an argument is so profoundly defeated by the overwhelming evidence of the universe that the claimant is left absolutely stunned. It's literally like being struck by a falling star.
The true meaning of that metaphorical slap is that there's simply no room left for objection. None. Not once. Every single level of the universe testifies to the exact same truth. The commentator in our source material is arguing that the chain of evidence woven into the natural world is so massive, so incredibly consistent, and so overwhelming that once you actually lay it all out, it completely silences any counter-arguments. It's essentially an airtight case presented by the cosmos itself, reminding us that real, profound evidence just doesn't leave room for doubt.
To really grasp the sheer scale of this testimony, we have to look at the extremes. On one side, think about the microscopic, the invisible, meticulously structured world of atoms and biological cells, right? Now zoom all the way out to the exact opposite end of the spectrum, the macroscopic, The immense, blazing reality of our sun, distant stars, entire sprawling galaxies. It's a mind-bending telescoping of scale. And yet, despite being separated by unimaginable extremes of size and distance, our source argues that both the tiniest cell and the most massive galaxy share the exact same structural signature of order.
And this brilliantly illustrates Section 4. A single signature in the universe, flawless order everything.
So the crucial point is this realization. We are staring at a flawless order that is just too consistent to be explained by blind chance. We've traced the sudden flash of a meteor through the strict laws of physics right into these profound philosophical arguments, and every single thing points back to one unified signature in the universe. Look down at the dust under your feet, or look up at the shooting stars above your head. The message is the same. According to the text we've been unpacking, the sheer consistency of this intricate organization across all scales of existence completely rules out random coincidence. I mean, the fact that the exact same precise physical laws govern the friction of a tiny pebble in our atmosphere and the massive orbits of giant celestial bodies, that implies a very deep, very deliberate unity.
Which leaves us with a pretty compelling final thought. Everything, from the most microscopic atom to the grandest sweeping galaxy, carries this exact same signature of order. That meteor flashing in the night sky, it isn't just a rock burning up. It's a testament to a unified cosmos. It's delivering that final, undeniable intellectual realization to anyone who's actually paying attention. So, I'll leave you with the very question our source drives us toward. What is the secret behind this single signature? Definitely something to chew on the next time you find yourself looking up at a sudden flash in the night sky. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I'll catch you next time.